Hello everyone and welcome back to WolfQuest, where we are here with Aden, Raven, and the Wayfinders pack. And this is kind of a bittersweet episode because, as you can see, we've just arrived at our traditional den. We've been calling this one Sandy Stump. And once we choose it, this is officially going to mark the start of Aden and Raven's first Elder Wolf year. It's really surreal to be at this point. We've had these guys around for so long. They were our first WolfQuest 3 wolves, and it's fitting that they were the first ones to enter the Saga too, and yet it's strange to think that their story is now starting to enter its twilight. But time waits for no one, so let's go ahead, we'll make our choice, we'll choose this den. It just feels right to do so. And as we always have, we'll go ahead and name this one Sandy Stump. Select it, hit continue, our snapshot's been updated, and here it is. We'll hit view perks, and start age 8. Now, I think we are going to keep the same perks as last time. I'm not a huge fan of Good Memory. It has its uses, but I think the other ones just kind of outclass it. And so with Health Perception, Elder Authority, and Knowing Knows, we'll go ahead and hit Advanced Age 8. This is the official start of our Elder Wolf year. We're going to lose some stat points. This is basically going to turn us to Iron Wolf mode. And eventually, death will find us. We'll go ahead and mark yes. And so, I guess we will. It kind of makes sense. Oh, and this is a small litter. I didn't know we could have one this small. And here we are. Now, it is possible to survive for another year or two. I don't know if there's a hard cap to it, so it doesn't necessarily mean that this is Aden's last year, but it definitely could be, and if not his, it could be Raven's. I definitely want to make sure we enjoy the time that we have with them, and admittedly, I really can't see either one of these guys choosing a new mate, depending on which one ends up passing first. So I think from this point on, if either of them dies, we'll continue to survive with family. But for now, it's a new year, and we have pups to feed. So we'd best get heading out and see if we can find some food and maybe mark some territory. We've been letting quite a lot of it decay, which is probably going to be good because our stats are not going to be great this year. We have a -1 to everything. I think both of them are 0 stats because they started the game before the stat system was included. Or at least, the stats system... It wasn't at the start of the game, was it? I think it came later, but NPCs definitely didn't have stats, so I'm not surprised that that Raven doesn't have stat modifications. But let's head out, we'll mark some territory, see if we can find some food, and head back. Looks like we've got an elk herd up ahead on this hill, so let's go ahead and see if we can hunt one down. They should be pretty weakened at this time of year. It is, of course, springtime, so they've just gone through a difficult winter, and most of them are not going to be in peak condition. That said, that doesn't mean they can't do some damage, so we'd still do well to be careful, especially with Aden and Raven being a little bit weaker than they used to be. Oh my goodness, and Burdock is just charging in. That is not actually the lowest health one that we found. Wait, are you weakened? You seem it. You are not. Why are you standing your ground? This doesn't feel like a very good idea, but since she is at least stopped, I think we might have the chance to take her down. Oh no, now she's gonna be on the run proper. I'm gonna be careful, but I guess she's probably lost quite a lot of stamina from that. I didn't really want to go after a very strong elk, but you know, when you get the chance to get a good neck bite like that early on, it usually does wonders to drain their stamina and weaken them up for you. And here we go, she is already standing her ground. My goodness, look at the storm blowing in too. I gotta be careful not to get kicked in the head while I'm watching the clouds. This is a problem for me IRL too. Whenever I'm out driving and there's a big storm, it's like storm clouds, and then I have to be like, no, in car, look at road, don't look at pretty clouds, even though pretty clouds are pretty. Man, I was checking to see what territory we still have left to claim, and I genuinely have no idea what is going on with Lava Creek and Pine Fork, both of which are led by our daughters, by the way. There is clearly some kind of craziness going on up there, and I don't know what it is. We may never find out, but boy, they sure have been wrestling for that territory and don't have very connected pieces of land there. And we've made it back with a little bit of food for whoever happens to want it. Looks like the pups are slightly hungry here, but not too bad. We've not been too pressed for food at this point. Honestly, I imagine our older pups are going to be the bigger source of hunger here, since we only have 3. And I don't know, there have been some new coats introduced to the game recently. I don't know if any of these guys could have gotten any. I suppose we'll see as they get older. It'll be interesting to find out. Because I imagine you can get them with existing pairings, and I think some of them were added before we rolled over, so that'll be interesting to find out. But given that we've got our food, we marked our territory, we're getting pretty tired. We're not quite exhausted yet, so I think we'll go ahead and let the Wayfinders get some rest. Oh my goodness. Did Carpenter Lake... It's not disbanded. Well, they still have territory. It looks like... Oh, yeah. I think Carpenter Lake here, that looks like the leader. Oh yeah, what happened, I think, is that the yearling ended up dying off, which means that the only packs on the map are Malin Creek, which is led by Aretha, Lava Creek, which is led by Meadow, and Pine Fork, which we've still not properly met. That's led by Cascade. I feel like that's a fitting one for Aden and Raven to get. Like, it just goes to show how much they've left their legacy behind on this world and on all of our stories. But my gosh, does it make me legitimately nervous every time I go to sleep now. I am so worried that one of them is not gonna wake up. Elder Wolf is always such a kind of reflective time, I feel like. It gets very contemplative. But we are now quite hungry, and I imagine much of the pack is as well. As it looks like, I guess Raven stayed back to spend some time with the pups, but we'll take the rest of the pack, go out and get some food, and make sure that we keep things well marked. There's not too much that needs tidying at the moment, though. Well, there's a cougar on this carcass, but it looks like the one we brought down yesterday is still here, and I think mostly full. Well, is it? Or is that the cougar? There's a little bit left on it. It honestly might be better just to hunt, though, at this point. Oh, never mind. It's run. Oh no, it's not running. All right, we'll see if we can just scare this herd, all things considered. I think we could take the cougar, but it doesn't seem like there's enough of the carcass that's left to fight for. And there's an elk herd right here, so why not? Oh, that one's quite weakened. This has got to be the best option we have. We should be able to bring her down quite quickly, and there we go. Food for the pack has been obtained. I can definitely feel the effects of Aiden's limited stamina. It feels like he's constantly running out and tired from it and can't sprint everywhere quite the way that we used to. But we have made it back. We brought a little bit of extra food, and it looks like the pups are up and about and running around. They all seem to be doing well, although I do think 94F over here is probably a runt. She's quite a bit smaller than her siblings here. The others are already up to 7 pounds, and she is 5.6. But I guess we gotta actually feed these guys. They're not quite big enough to eat solid food yet. I keep forgetting I can't just plunk down meat chunks for them. You should not be this far away, especially in an open den area. I'm not too keen on that. I don't think we should have predators yet, but there's no telling when they might sniff us out, and you do not want to be wandering far away when they do. These days also go by quite quick. Our territory is surprisingly easy to maintain now that it is quite a lot smaller. I definitely think that as much as it's come as a blow to his pride, Aden is glad that he's not going to have to swim across the river anymore. That was always quite the trek. But everybody's doing well. There's no sense spending our energy when we don't have to, so I think we'll let these guys chill out a little bit at the den here and then get some rest. It looks like we're done socializing for the day as well. So we'll let these guys go ahead and get some sleep. Oh, it's quite early. The sky is still dark. Raven scared me a little bit. She's standing all the way over here, but she seems to be all right. So that is always a good thing. Let's see. Do we have a little bit of extra food to give these guys? No, we're going to have to go and hunt. And I definitely feel like, yeah, 94F is quite a bit smaller than her siblings. Are these guys all leaving, or no, they're just running and playing, it looks like. Let's go ahead and gather everybody up, see if we can head out. We probably will have some more territory to start marking. We should maybe go a little bit this direction and see if we can reinforce some of that, even though it's not urgent just yet. We want to make sure that we are kind of rotating through and keeping stuff as topped up as we can. Oh boy, Luna. Hi, what are you doing, girly? I love you, girly, but you cannot just come crashing in. I'm playing on Iron Wolf. Well, that's extremely foreboding. Who is this? Do we know this wolf? The carcass is fading. As far as I can tell, all of our pups are alright. At least those who are still on the map. But that's always a mildly ominous discovery. Apparently there's a mule deer carcass here, and it looked like it had quite a, well, maybe not quite a bit, but at least some. I don't know how long it'll last, given that it's a mule deer, but you know what? We'll at least take a bite out of it. It'll be something. Oh, there's a herd right here. Okay. I didn't realize they were this close, and it looks like they're already on the move. Well, we may as well go ahead and do our hunt here. Oh, I guess they are starting to run. Oh, some of them are just a little bit slow on the uptake. But, I think, are you weak? Is that what I'm seeing here? I guess we can check and see. No harm. Oh, you're not actually that weak. But yeah, no harm in starting. Oh wait, there might be harm in starting our hunt here. This is this is the boulder field. Let's see if we can stop you quickly before we get too far up there. Yeah, if we can turn you around now, the others should hopefully run harmlessly the other direction and not double straight back on us and trample us, please. Hopefully they'll not spook toward us. They've got other options. Yeah, we should be fine. I think they're running in a different direction now, hopefully. Oh, are they still scurrying around at the top there? I think I saw one run by. Well, that doesn't have to be our problem. We can eat our food and go around and go back home. Well, we've made it back to the den with the planes circling overhead. I did end up calling everybody to come eat with us, except for, I think, who was it? Somebody stayed back, but that would be, I think it was Caribou who stayed back, and that should still be fine because we did bring back a little bit of food as well, just to make sure everybody would get to be fed. That's just a hair. We don't need to worry about that. But we are getting tired, so I think we're going to go ahead, hang out here for a little bit, and then rest the night. Let everybody get some sleep here. Looks like everybody's still doing well, but I'm definitely seems like 94F is growing very slowly. She's only at 7 pounds. She might really end up being a runt. Like, she is lagging quite far behind her siblings, and I think, you know, Aden's seen his share of runts in his time, but I definitely think that has him a little bit worried that she might be a bit on the sickly side. He's going to be keeping a careful eye out for her. But it looks like we've got everybody fed, we've got our affinity up, so let's go ahead and let the Wayfinders get some rest. Alright, we've woken in the middle of the night once again, and we are pretty hungry, it seems like, but both Aden and Raven have survived another rest. It seems like their story will go on for at least a little while longer. But with that, I think we do need to go ahead and leave this off here for today, because it is getting to be about that time again. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't wait. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. This is my outro. Get out. Get out. You don't want to pick this fight, I assure you. You will get wrecked. Yeah, I didn't think so. Get out of here. Get out of here. Run a different direction than my den, please. Get out of here. I guess that's confirmation that predators really have found this den, but thankfully this one seems to be thoroughly cowed. But with that, we'll go ahead and leave this off here for today, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay. Over and out.